About 6 months ago, I started having joint pain in my knees. Not terrible, but enough to notice it every morning when I stood up. The kind of stiffness that made me feel older than I wanted to feel. I went to my doctor. Standard response: ibuprofen, maybe a prescription if it got worse. But I'd read enough to know that treating inflammation with medication is like putting a band-aid on a leaking pipe. You're not fixing anything. You're just covering it up. So I did what I always do. I went into the research, and I found 4 foods that, according to the science, have anti-inflammatory and healing properties so powerful they rival prescription drugs, without the side effects. I committed to eating all 4 every single day for 30 days, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Because if you're dealing with chronic inflammation, low energy, brain fog, or just that general sense of not feeling as good as you used to, these 4 foods might change everything. Food number 1, turmeric. You've probably heard of turmeric. It's that golden spice used in curry. But most people have no idea how powerful it actually is. The active compound in turmeric is called curcumin, and curcumin is one of the most potent anti-inflammatory agents found in nature. A study in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine compared curcumin to ibuprofen for knee pain. Same results, same reduction in pain and stiffness. But curcumin didn't damage the stomach lining or increase cardiovascular risk the way ibuprofen does. Here's how I used it. Every morning I made what's called golden milk. 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder in warm water or almond milk. But here's the critical part. You have to add black pepper. Not optional. Black pepper contains piperine, which increases curcumin absorption by 2,000%. Without it, your body wastes most of the turmeric. Within 1 week, the morning stiffness in my knees was noticeably better. Not gone, but better. By week 3, I could walk upstairs without wincing. That alone was worth it. Food number 2, wild-caught salmon. Salmon is loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. These are the same compounds your doctor might prescribe in fish oil supplements, but getting them from whole food is always better. Omega-3s don't just reduce inflammation, they repair cell membranes, they improve brain function, they regulate mood. A meta-analysis in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who ate fatty fish like salmon 3 times per week had a 40% lower risk of chronic inflammatory diseases. I ate wild salmon 3 times a week. Baked, grilled, doesn't matter. Avoid farmed salmon if you can. Farmed salmon has lower omega-3 content and higher levels of contaminants. Wild-caught Alaskan or Pacific salmon is your best bet. By week 2, I noticed something unexpected. My brain felt sharper. That afternoon fog I'd been dealing with for years, especially after lunch, started clearing. I didn't connect it immediately, but the research backs it up. Omega-3s cross the blood-brain barrier and directly improve cognitive function. Food number 3, ginger. Ginger is ancient medicine. It's been used for over 5,000 years in traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda, and modern science finally explains why it works. Ginger contains compounds called gingerols that block inflammatory pathways at the cellular level. A study in the Journal of Pain found that ginger reduced exercise-induced muscle pain by 25%. Another study showed it improved digestion and reduced bloating in people with chronic gut inflammation. I started grating fresh ginger into my tea every morning, about a thumb-sized piece. You can also add it to smoothies or stir-fries. The key is fresh ginger, not dried powder. Fresh ginger has significantly higher concentrations of active compounds. Within 10 days, my digestion improved. I'd been dealing with mild bloating after meals for years, just accepted it as normal. But ginger fixed it. Completely. That heavy, sluggish feeling after eating, gone. Food number 4, blueberries. Blueberries are one of the highest antioxidant foods on the planet. They contain anthocyanins, the same compounds that give them their deep blue color. And anthocyanins do something remarkable. They neutralize free radicals before those free radicals can damage your cells. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that people who ate 1 cup of blueberries daily for 8 weeks showed significant improvements in vascular function, reduced oxidative stress, and lower levels of systemic inflammation. I ate 1 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries every morning with my breakfast. Sometimes in a smoothie, sometimes just plain. Frozen blueberries work just as well as fresh. They're picked at peak ripeness and flash frozen, which preserves the nutrients. By week 4, my energy levels were noticeably higher. I wasn't dragging through the afternoon anymore, and my skin looked better, clearer, less dull. I hadn't expected that, but antioxidants reduce cellular aging. It makes sense. So here's what happened after 30 days of eating all 4 of these foods daily. My knee pain dropped by about 70%. Not completely gone, but manageable. No more stiffness in the mornings. My brain fog cleared, Afternoon energy stayed consistent. No more crashes. My digestion improved dramatically. No bloating. No heaviness after meals. And I just felt better. Lighter, more alert, healthier. Now, I'm not saying these 4 foods will cure disease. I'm not a doctor. This is my personal experience backed by research. But if you're dealing with chronic inflammation, low energy, or just want to feel better in your own body, try this for 30 days. Turmeric with black pepper every morning. Wild salmon 3 times a week. Fresh ginger in your tea or food. 1 cup of blueberries daily. Track how you feel. Write it down. Because the changes are gradual. You won't notice them day to day. But at the end of 30 days, you'll look back and realize you feel completely different. Your body wants to heal. It's designed to heal. But you have to give it the raw materials. These 4 foods are those raw materials. Try it. Let me know what happens.